We're going to give you that. That's going to kind of give you the agenda of what's going on tonight. So we got a special treat. We're going to kick off with our little musical thing deal with our 1st through 4th grade children. Our new music and art teacher is Jessie Altazan. That's her right there in the pink. And you're going to be excited because we're going to move the music program all the way down into our children to kindergarten, all the way up in art, and expose them to that and the fine arts. So that's going to be a new component in the school, effective immediately. We're excited about that, and she's just doing a wonderful job. There's art in the back, and you'll hear more about her later. But I'm going to open in prayer, and I'm going to hand it off to her as she leads our group. Father, we come before you. We thank you for this time together. We thank you for these students. We thank you for these families. We thank you for the opportunity to have choice, Father, for our children, to bring them into an environment that's teaching and a foundation of truth in you. And Lord, as we bring up these children, to teach them to think critically and to be leaders and to grow up and make a difference in the world, and that it's important. God, we pray that you continue to bless the efforts as the school continues to grow, as we continue to expand, and all the great, cool things we got going on. We give you the glory and the honor for we ask this in Jesus' name, and all God's people said. Amen. All right, Miss Jessie.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus is the light, I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus is the light, I'm gonna let him shine. Jesus is the light, I'm gonna let him shine. Let him shine, let him shine, let him shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let him shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let him shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let him shine. Let him shine, let him shine, let him shine. Let him shine, let him shine, let him shine.
All right, littles, you can take a bow. All right, all of our 1st and 4th graders are free to go sit back with their families again. And we have 2 more songs for you guys. But bear with us as we have a small stage adjustment.
On the live stream? You can't hear her on the live stream?
Good evening, everyone. We are so glad you're here. Please stand with us to worship. You are here, moving in our midst.
seated. Dr. Wade Smith has got the ball, and he's going to address you next. We appreciate him and all the expertise he brings to the table. Here you go, Dr. Smith. That's right here. All right.
Well, that was pretty good. How about another round? So why would you want to come to a place like this? And it's really, it's because we can do things that other places only can talk about, but they don't actually do. We're unapologetically American. We're unapologetically Christian, and we'll die on that hill. So anyway, what makes a school our core values, the things that we try to live by, the things that guide what we do is just three simple deals. Number one, we want the school to be safe. We've got Chris is here, Jenny's here. They do a magnificent job of managing the safety of the school. Your children's welfare is the highest importance. The second thing is learning. And, you know, school for most people is not a very enjoyable experience, so we want it to be fun. And towards that end, we intentionally build in things that will allow the kids to be successful. And not only successful in what they're doing, but just to where it generates to their life in general. So those three things are our calling card, and it's what we're going to come back to home base and reassess what we're doing all the time and how we're doing it. So if you are interested in coming here, then you should know that those three things will be at the forefront: the safety of your children, the learning for your children, and ultimately the enjoyment of being here. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Jean. She's got a few words to say.
All right, all right. Let me keep this in front of me, y'all. They're a bunch of hoo-haws. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the school. It's hard to start because we've been here for 7 years. In 7 years, we've had the opportunity to educate and to partner with you guys. And to me, it's amazing to see our graduates, what they have accomplished. Our first graduate received over $2 million in scholarship offerings. She graduated last year from Southern University with magna cum laude, and she is working on her master's degree at LSU. She has a heart to help, a heart to shine for Jesus. We've had students who have been accepted into the National Honor Society. And you're going to meet one in a few minutes. I say all of that not to focus in on graduates, but it begins in the lower grades, in kindergarten up. We have a roadmap, per se, if you would like to call it, or another fancy word is a syllabus. But this roadmap, how many times do your kids come home and you ask them, well, what'd you do at school today? And this is what they do. But these roadmaps are designed to help you to know exactly where your student is. That way when they say, you can go say, oh, but look, this is the unit that you're studying. What have you learned? Today, I have learned the Byzantine Empire. I got to study, right? I got to study. So that is, we start and they go all the way up. And they're just passed out to you. Our teachers know what works. Our teachers are invested in your student. As a result, because of who we are, we have the opportunity to be able to help. Sometimes where you're going, I'm not really sure. Or the teacher says, I'm not quite sure, something is going on. And that is where we call up Miss Marita Smith with the NILD. She is a licensed educational therapist, and she can do the whole gamut. But not only can she do everything to help your kid, she is also speaking life into your child. She is giving them an added bonus. It's just not education to her, but it is speaking life. How many of us really just need to have that one person who says, I understand, let me pray for you, and that is Marita. Now, she also works with Dr. Forrest Sanders. He is the neuropsychologist who can come and help and talk with you and guide you through those times. We have a college track in high school. The statistics say 18% of public schools go on to college. We have 87% of our students that go to college. And we understand college isn't for everybody. But at this time, I would like to bring up Kira Jade, and she is going to say a little bit about her and her experience and what she's doing now.
I'm doing nothing. I'm just kidding. I know I look like I'm from, this school, a fifth grader. I'm not, I promise. I actually go to Southeastern Louisiana University. My name's Kira Jade. I probably should have started with that. Thank you. I am studying television and multimedia journalism. I graduated in 2024 as the valedictorian here at Cal. And I went on with, thank you. I went on with 45 dual enrollment credits, which was that lovely college track she was talking about, being able to study to advance my future. So I will be graduating in December of 2026 versus May of 2028. As of right now, I am on the student government, SGA, that's what this lovely thing is on my shirt. I'm a senator for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. And thanks to Cal, I was able to work my way up to that position because of the etiquette that was taught. I started coming to this school, when was that? 2017? 6th grade. First day school opened, I was here. Not just because Miss Jean's my grandmother, but because of the Christian values that I knew I would be taught here. I made the choice, thanks Mom, I made the choice to come here because I knew, even at that age, that what I was being taught would be monitored. I knew that what I was hearing from my peers would be monitored. It wouldn't be worldly things, but it would be straight from the source. And I think that's one of the best things here at this school. While I was in high school, I was able to do so many different sports, as well as get into that lovely honors society that she was talking about, and as well as having a job. I was able to manage all of that through the amazing talents I was taught here as I grew up. And not just what you learn, but also the connections you make. The teachers here, the staff here, they help you grow as a person, they help you grow as a Christian, and they're there to pray with you, they're there to teach you morals and things that are going to help you further along in life. So I thank Cal every day for what they taught me. Go Saters and line up. Thank you.
So if you have any questions, I invite you and encourage you to go talk to our teachers. They will give it straight from the horse's mouth. And at this time, I would like to introduce you to our preschool director, Anna Berthelot.
Hi. So I am very excited to kind of unveil that we are expanding our preschool program next year. We understand that your 2, 3, or 4-year-old may not be ready for 5 days a week at school. They may be ready, you may not be as much ready. So we are partnering with our Parents Day Out program, and we are going to offer 3- and 2-day options for those families that aren't necessarily ready for the 5 days a week in school, but they want to start with the socialization, and they want to start just learning to be away from mom and dad. That's a big part of preschool, is the social aspect of it. It is still going to be the play-based learning. We know that children, toddlers, all the way up to 4, they learn, their little brains learn by playing and doing and touching. So I like to call preschool kind of controlled chaos. If you don't know what you're looking at, it just looks like a bunch of kids going crazy, playing, dancing, singing, but they're actually learning some of those fundamental foundations that they need to move on to the next grade, to give them just a little step ahead. They're learning their letters, they're learning to hold a pencil, they're learning to color. You would be surprised at when you walk into a classroom and hand a 4-year-old and say, here, trace this. They don't know what trace means. You have to start at the very beginning. So we are very excited to expand our preschool program. We also have our summer camp coming up. Our summer camp is going to be so fun. It's going to be June 1st through July 31st. All of our pre-K 2 through finished 5th grade is eligible to sign up at this time. We are giving preferential treatment to our Cal family, and then we will open it up to a larger public. Miss Jessie is going to be helping us with a lot of our camps. In your packets, you have a flyer that shows you some of the different themes and different things that we are going to be doing this summer. So if you have any questions, or if you want to get signed up for camp or need some more information from our pre-K program, just come see me after, and I can fill you in.
All right. So it's good to see everybody here. I have a couple hats, a few hats that I wear. The chairman of the board for Cal, and in that development, bringing guys like Dr. Smith in, and he won't brag about himself, but the guy is an awesome dude when it comes to education, about knowing what to do. He managed U High and pretty much built that thing and got it to where it is, and he did that, and he is the leader of education leadership at SLU currently, and he does this out of the kindness of the heart. He's also one of our pastors at our campus in Walker. And so everybody we try to put in here, we want to make sure that they have a foundation for your kids. That's what we are talking about. So I want to talk to you real quick about a couple things, and that's scholarships. If you are tight with those things, you would be amazed at what you would qualify for. And then you're going to get to hear from our financial director, but there is some scholarship awards things for you that you have access to, and it would just cost you a little bit of time to put in now for the Arete Scholarship, the A Scholarship, and the new Gator Scholarship. Some of these scholarships help subsidize some of the things that we have our professionals in here doing. You might think, well, I want my kid to be assessed. It's a little bit too much. I don't know that I can afford to have Miss Marie to do that. Some of those scholarships subsidize that. So now we've brought these things in here so that you can have the best education. And what she has done with some of our kids, I've watched her turn a D- kid on average across the board to an AB kid. And while he was playing baseball, while Penn State came out and looked at him and made him an offer, while he was doing all those things, she took kids like that and turned them around. She's got a myriad of stories to tell you about that. So you want to look at the scholarships to see if you qualify. It is for median family households, and the prices, I think, are on the table for how you would qualify. So it is worth filling out to see if, in fact, you can do that. Now, you'd have to come from a public school environment, coming into a private school environment to qualify for those particular scholarships. And so you can take a look at that, and we'll have some information. I'll be at that table. I also oversee the athletics. The athletics that we've got going on are pretty exciting. We have 3 state championships in the 7 years that we've been here, 2 in cross country, 1 in basketball. We've made the playoffs in almost every sport that we have played. And we have a fantastic baseball team this year. Some of that stuff is over there. We have a fantastic track and field team. We've taken 14 boys and went against schools with 145 boys, and we finished second. We were runner-up at the state because these guys had so many medals around their necks at the end. There is plenty of opportunity. We have guys here who are here to invest in your children. We want to see that happen, and so we have a myriad of different athletics. Some of the newest things that are going to be coming down the pike are girls softball. That's the next thing that we're looking at. We're eyeing to get those people in. We're already talking to coaches and that kind of thing. And the big deal about sports, we play in the ACEL. And the ACEL is a Christian league. So it fosters the same kind of things that we're teaching our kids here. So you can get a technical foul for cussing on a basketball court in this league versus you're not going to get that playing in the regular league. We really want to push those values all the way through into our sports and everything else that we're doing. So we're there for now. The values, I spoke on that already a little bit. Are just our foundation is exactly what Dr. Smith said. We are unabashedly American, and we are unabashedly Christian. We want a conservative environment that your child can grow up in and have critical thinking skills so they can make decisions for themselves when they get out of here. I'm going to talk about some of that a little bit more in detail if you come see me at the table. So one of the things that we do, and you're going to see a video here put together by our young lady that was just up here speaking. She put this, and this is the field that she went into. We do a study abroad program. And so the study abroad program, they go and they get credits, for college credit from Brown University in Washington. And so they are given that, and they get to go away for a week to 9 days, learn and study fine arts, and then come back, do a paper on that, come back. You're going to see a quick video of what they did in Italy this last time while we were there, where they learned a myriad of things of cooking, teaching, and all kinds of stuff. Do we have sound on that? There we go. So that's just a little glimpse of what we did in Italy. They got to see a bunch of stuff. They were in their art museums and a ton of things that they did. That was the one class, one of the days that they are there. They learned from a chef, a renowned chef there in the country that we go to, who teaches them how to cook and do some things there. That was just part of that component. This year we're going to, a year from today, we're going to Germany. So the high school has the availability to be able to go that. Parents can go with their high school student, passing a background check and doing all the things necessary in order to ensure the safety of our children. But you are able to do that. You need to see us. And there's a table over there with the Germany flag over there and the United States flag on it. You can get some information on that trip, on what we're going to do and when we're going to head out. Your children have from now to a year from now to get this, so they can pretty much underwrite their way to get there through the fundraisers and the things that we're doing. So don't hold them back, let them apply. Everything we do, from our cantina to all the things that we run that raise money through the school and stuff like that, go to their bottom line and take care of those kids in those classrooms. By the time these little guys get to high school, we're not even having to do fundraisers anymore. That their trip is just solid, and it's going to be get that passport ready. Are they going to go or not? And we want to make it part of the thing where your kids have graduated with that class. They already have a base of income built up. That's what we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. And then it's going to follow those kids to those graduating classes. Great opportunity to study abroad. And then finally, I want to talk a little bit about our vocational track. We're the only private school that I know of that has 2 tracks, an academic one and a vocational one. And we foster entrepreneurialism in our school. They have to go through an etiquette class. I teach that etiquette class. In that etiquette class, they also have to learn business etiquette and how to do an interview and all those other things when they're seniors. So it is not by any accident that every person up and down Highway 1 is calling me and saying, do you have any more high school kids who can work? because, you know, and I joke around and say, why you guys are so like adamant about our kids, what's the deal with that? And they said, your kids are yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I've never seen the kind of manners that come out of your kids. And I'm like, that's interesting, but these guys are holding jobs. And so these guys go out there, they have an entrepreneurial spirit, we foster that in them, and some of them have just become tremendous successes. Well, I don't know of any of them that have not become a success that have graduated here. So our kids, if they choose the vocational arm, currently can be trained through Dow and some of these other things, and they have other areas where we do welding and that kind of stuff, and we're going to pen some other agreements so that we can broaden that out for your student. They're also getting college credit at the same time that they're sitting there. So while they're going through those classes through RPCC or over in Port Allen or BRCC, and those things are being underwritten for that vocational side, they are still getting college credit for that so that they can be ahead of the field when they get out there to the plant or wherever they're working. A couple highlights on two guys quickly. Josh and Anthony are entrepreneurs. They have that business that's in town. You may have seen them out there. And Trinity Services is their company, and they're out there making that happen, and they've already locked down 2 commercial contracts, and they are growing and expanding. And their biggest problem, Anthony had to talk to the tax guy today and figure out this thing about taxes that apparently he's never heard of in his life that we all have to deal with, and he's learning some new things there, but he's trying to do all those things right and get those ready. Another guy I want to talk about is Micah Moses. This young man is 20 years old, and he is making about $156,000 a year as a 20-year-old. He's already got a job that's lined out, and these guys are successful. So guys like Anthony and Micah Moses took time off from their own companies to go shoot geese this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning when they left. But they get to be able to do that, and it's cool to see young men and young women succeed in their field because they say, I'm not a college guy. What can Cal do for me? And we can make it happen for you. So we make those connections with the leadership within our own communities. We get them connected to middle managers at the plants and other owners and get those guys plugged in so that they can do it. They win their jobs on their own because when they sit down there to do a business interview, they know what they're doing over 99% of all the other guys that they are up against. And these people keep looking at their resumes and looking at these kids like, this is the only guy who came in here in slacks and a polo shirt, even though it's a blue-collar job, but he came in here and he stood up and he didn't sit down until I asked him to sit down, and he is sitting there looking me in the eye and he's answering all the questions right, and it's just a huge impact. Those are the kinds of kids that we want impacting wherever they do. If they go to college, great. If they go into the vocational world, great. So I just wanted to say a little bit about that. I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud of our school on what they foster on both the academic and the vocational side of the house. I'm going to bring up Miss Sharina Fontenot right now. She is our financial director, and she's going to have a few things to say to you, and I'm excited about what she's bringing to the table as well. Ms. Sharina.
Thank you very much. So I'm really looking forward to next year. One of the things that we are implementing right now is the entire fax system. And what that means is we are moving to implementing the student information system as well as what we already use, which is the tuition management system. So what this means for you, this is going to be an all-in-one stop for you. You're not going to have to log into one place to look for your grades and attendance and somewhere else for tuition. It's all going to be under one login. And I'm really excited about that. With that, it's just going to give you more convenience, streamline our tuition payment processes, and just offer flexibility to you as families. Fax is great in that it is very customizable. I mean, each family is unique. You have your own situations. I mean, everybody gets paid on a different day. And so what fax offers is us to be able to customize a plan that works for you. Whatever pay date, we can make it happen for you. Next year, we should also have the capability of using an app. I know some of y'all have asked about that before. You should be able to have an app on your phone. So if you want to make payments that way, it's going to be convenient. You also have the option to set up your account on auto pay. And what that means is just set it and forget it. Just click yes, I want to auto pay. And whenever that incidental bill rolls around, it's going to come on out. You don't have to think about it. It just does it for you. So we just have those flexibility options. With that, what's the most important thing is just I need you to reach out to me. This way, it's what allows me to be able to help you, to help me with your situation. My email, I believe, is up there. You can also call the school. You can call the church office, and they can get you in touch with me. Our tuition is going to begin billing in July, and so we can get that all set up. Also, something exciting next year, in case you didn't know, we have a referral program. So for each student that you refer, you're going to get a $500 discount off of your tuition. Now, what comes with that is the students who enroll need to give us your family's name so we can keep a record of it. As long as they stay through the first semester, which is going to be the first 2 quarters, for each student, you'll get a $500 discount on your tuition. So those are just some exciting things that we're looking forward to next year, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you all so much.
Real quick, I want you to look inside of your packet, and there is a tuition schedule. I left the school's name list, but we have one private school, the left of me, is your pricing, and one private school to the right of me, that's your other pricing. So one in Plaquemine, one in Port Allen are the pricing schedules that we're up against that is a school like ours that does this. And so you can see our pricing there on the left and their pricing there in the middle. And those 2 other schools are 2 schools that are just across the bridge that are high school level schools for boys and girls, boys on the right, girls on the left. And that's the pricing schedule that they pay for their school there. At the top are the daycares. There's one very close to me and one just down the road. And those pricing schedules you're going to see reflected to the far left of what our school prices are for our children are phenomenal for you guys. Because here's the deal on how Dr. Smith's vision of doing school is. We take those dollars and don't put it into a $300,000 position for an admin. We take those dollars and we put it back into the students and into the families so that we can ensure an education for you that is going to go a long ways. It can be done that way. And if it takes a lot of hard work and it takes effort to make it happen, but it can be done simply there. And you see in that same sheet that you've got all of the tuition and the fees and stuff like that. All of our fees are less than all the other fees of all the other schools around us. But you check them out yourself and you double check that. But that's what they are, and we're proud to be able to do that for you. We're excited about that. Well, at this point, I'm about to dismiss you, and I want you to go by and look at the teachers. They have those road maps or those syllabus. You can come over to the athletic table or to the Germany table. If you've got a high schooler, you want to go by there and get one of those packets to see if you would like to possibly go on that trip as well. And we have the finance table will be manned with our financial stuff, and grants. That's what I was looking for, the grants. Let's pray. Father, thank you. Thank you for families that care about their future, about the children's future, about, Father, the importance of bringing them up in a way that they can just impact the world and have a foundation in Christ. I thank you for hearts like that. And God, as we just mix and mingle a little bit here, I pray that you sweeten this time together. Give us the answers and give us wisdom to be able to make it happen for these families and for their futures. For we ask this in Jesus' name. And all of God's people said,